Hello YouTube, Komodo Gaming here, bringing you another episode of Scrap Mechanic. Today, we have finished the racetrack. I told you guys I was going to make a track for the trophy trucks, and I also told you it was going to be out on Sunday, but I've changed that around. And lastly, I think my computer has a real issue, so I hope this walkthrough goes okay. I'm recording my voice on my laptop right now. I'm having a issue again with audio, but I think it's something bigger. My computer's acting really funny. So hopefully this goes smooth. We're going to try to get that figured out. Thankfully, I think I can get this done today. I do have some BeamNG footage that actually captured, and it actually has sound on it. So I'm going to try to edit that together and get that out for Sunday. Beyond that, there might be a day or two where I don't release a video, depending on what happens with the computer. So anyways, let's go ahead and start showing off the track. And of course, you can see a little bit of lag here. I think there's two things doing that. I'm going to try to correct them. One, I believe the ramp out there, maybe the bearing needs to be setting on a controller. I think it's actually moving slightly. And the stands behind me. I wanted to create a track like my other track where, there's a lot of background items. It actually looks real. And these stands have created a lot of lag. You can see I'm just bouncing up and down. Not 100% sure what I can do besides delete some of them to fix that. Anyways, we're going to walk up here. Here's the flag stand. You can see everything, the whole track. This is actually a fairly big track, and you can see all the fencing. That was a pain. I'm going to have nightmares about fences after this. This took about 3 hours. I wanted a catch fence to be around the whole track. Of course, we're driving trophy trucks. There's going to be some jumps in the track. These things fly about, and if I don't want them flying out of the track. I need them to stay in. But there's the garage. We're going to walk the track first. I want to show you kind of the layout. You start out here. This is coming up to the start-finish line, and immediately you're greeted with a jump. This jump, I initially was going to use the big, the ramps. They're too steep. If you stack them, they're okay if you just have one layer, but if you stack them, you run into all sorts of issues. So I'm using just the... I think these are, I don't even know what these are called. It's something to do with the stairs. They're like platforms. But anyways, I've got them setting on a controller over there, and I've got the slant going down. This is at a really good angle. You can really hit this thing. You still have to be careful. And like I said, it's pretty realistic. You have to be careful with what speed you hit some of these jumps at. But anyways, I think that maybe you would land somewhere right here. Maybe, depending on how you hit it. Anyways, you take a left, we go down a small straightaway. You can see to the right, I have cones set up. Those are representing, if you look at a lot of tracks, they have cones setting up in the fences. It's just like a reference point for drivers. It really serves no purpose here. I just thought it looked cool. I'm still getting a bit of lag. I'm going to go over there and try to fix that here in a second. But anyways, you take a left, and this is like a hairpin. You're going to take another left. And I've got of course got the arrows up there so you can see those. But we're going to take a right here, and we're going to go down a straightaway. And this is, I'm going to call this, I'll show you this here in a second. This is a kicker ramp. It's a really interesting ramp when you hit it with the truck. Let's see if I can fix this. Let me grab a controller here. I think this bearing is actually causing a little bit of lag. I'm thinking that since it's only setting on one side, it's kind of leaning and it's touching some of those other poles. I'm thinking that it's causing some lag, so we're going to try to fix that real quick. And for some reason, I can't hook these two up together. Let's try it again. I don't know why one's disappearing. Okay. Maybe I can move the controller here. That's just weird. I mean, they're both. You can see both the bearings there. So let's put it here. Let's see. Let's grab that and okay. Well. Guess that's fixed. Actually, I think that helped. Seems a little less laggy. But anyways, we're just going to leave that alone. There's that little hole in the gate. That's just to be able to cross this track, 'cause there's not many openings on the track. But here's the kicker ramp. Now, this is a very interesting ramp. This ramp is steeper than the ramp on the front stretch, so you have to be careful when you go over it. But if you go over it too fast, you're going to nosedive. You'll go right over to the other side, and you'll plow right in and flip over, so... It's like one of those things, a lot of these trophy truck tracks are meant to, you got to be careful how you drive them. You got to be careful how you hit jumps. I mean, there's a lot of challenges, and I really think this track actually suits the truck. Let's see, this is where we would start out. if you remember a couple episodes ago, say this is your first time catching, we built these trucks. I've got 2 of them here. But yeah, as we shift over, you're going to notice, like I said, all the weight shifts to one side, and this thing likes to two-wheel. That's not really a bad thing. It turns pretty good. You've got to be really careful. A lot of on and off the gas. You can't just like nail the gas and go through these corners because it's going to flip over. Here's the kicker, and ooh, I hit the kicker very wrong. With the kicker, you want to try to gas up. The front end sometimes likes to dig. Just try to gas up. It should settle back on the back suspension and should hit the kicker just fine. Let's see if we can get a good lap in here. We're going to hit it, and there we go. Like I said, sometimes it's not, not the best to hit that jump at full speed because you don't want to spend that much time in, All right, there we go. But yeah, you don't want to spend that much time in air. I mean, that's kind of like, it's always cool seeing, somebody fly through the air, but realistically, you're not going any bit faster. You need to be on the ground and plant yourself. There we go. We hit the kicker good that time. Let's see. I think I'm going to switch the weight up around in this vehicle real quick and see if we can make it handle just a bit better. Alright, let's see. I'm going to change it up. I originally on this car, I had the smaller suspension pieces in the front. We're going to move to the big off-road suspension pieces. I might even add some weight to the front. Maybe I can stick a couple metal blocks. I think I've got a spot I can stick them up in behind the skid plate, so... Let's see. Let's find, what am I looking for? I need the bearing, and I've already got the big tires, so let's place these on here. But anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit, what we're going to do at Scrap Mechanic next. I've got some pretty cool builds planned. A lot of people have been asking for, like, challenges and, for me to play with other people. That is in the works. Like I said, I'm not to the point where I can, like, say, oh, yeah, I'm going to go play with this person, or... So, I mean, I will go into that a little more once we get closer to it. Hopefully it's really soon. And, oh yeah, you can... It does seem like it's turning better now. It's just, it might be turning a little too good. Yeah, it slides a little bit more now. I'm going to have to adjust the way I drive. But, yeah, we're trying to get some cool things together. Like I said, the channel's moving really fast. It's almost like too fast to keep up with at times. I'm trying to keep up with everybody's comments. And like I said, I'm pretty sure if it keeps on the same pace, we'll be over 4,000 by Monday. So that is pretty nuts, and I'm extremely thankful for that. And I don't know how I forgot to do this. Let me go ahead and hook these front wheels up. Seems to turn the car a little bit better. Let's see. I'm debating, let me drive this thing around a little bit. We might add weight to it, but I do encourage you to download this. If you want to go in here, create your own vehicles, or even tinker with mine, you're more than welcome to. I'll have the download in the description below. Alright, let's try to get some clean laps in here. I've made a couple more adjustments. I'm fairly happy with the trophy truck. The stadium truck, I did add a suspension piece to, or I added a pipe piece, and wow. This thing, at least it's somewhat easy to say whenever you two-wheel, but for the the stadium truck, I added a little bit of suspension under there, so it sets higher off the ground, so I think it's going to handle a bit better. It tends to tip easier than this big truck. I don't know why. I think the wheelbase being as short as it is, and that was awesome. But yeah, I think the wheelbase being as short as it is, it just tends to tip over easier. So, I mean, if you guys want to go in there and tinker with that, you might be able to fix it. I'm not going to make another episode of me attempting to go back in here and really, I'm gonna have to run out of time at some point. I have to go to work today, so I think as long as I get this truck to where I like it, I think this will be good. We'll stick it up for download. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoy it. It was interesting. I didn't think it was going to take as long as it did, but then once I decided to go with the whole fence layout and cover the whole thing, it took a long time, so I'm glad I got to do it today. Hopefully we get the computer gremlins worked out. I'm a little afraid of what I'm going to hear. I should be good, though. Like I said, I can get it, fixed, but I just don't know the timeline. Hopefully we won't miss maybe but a day or two. Normally I haven't been doing Monday episodes anyways, so that's not really too big of a miss. For some reason, Mondays, I haven't really done much. I mean, it's kind of like my off day. So we'll do that. Like I said, I'm still looking at your guys' viewer requests. They come in every day. I try to answer everybody's comments. It's getting harder with the more subs, and ouch. See, that's what happens when you go over too fast. But yeah, it's getting harder to like get everybody's comments. I mean, I guess it's a good thing. So it's interesting like how this works. I had to actually turn like at first I had my phone to where every time I got a comment, I would be able to go in there and like try to answer it. And that can't happen anymore. It was to the point where my phone's notifications were going off almost constantly, and I could not keep up with it. If I'm at work, I really shouldn't be checking my phone. But yeah, I think that's probably going to wrap it up for this episode. Like I said, it's a shorter episode. I didn't want to record myself building this track because, to be honest with you, I don't think it's very interesting. You're just going to watch me like place fence parts, and that kind of brings up another topic. I'm kind of curious, do you guys like to see me do the jump cuts and actually go through the build, or would you guys be more interested in just seeing like the end result? Comment below and let me know. I'm just trying to figure out ways to do this more efficient and just try to keep it to where you guys are interested. But yeah, we've got some interesting things coming up. I've got a couple other games that I'm looking at. I encourage you to come over and check out what we're doing. I'm going to change the color on this. I think this would actually look really good with red stripes. That looks good, but like I said, today wasn't going to be a very big, it is a big build, but it's not going to be a very complicated build. It's just something that I felt like I needed to get out to you guys. I said I was going to do it, so here it is. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you like the video, and subscribe if you haven't already done that. I've got plenty of Scrap Mechanic, and I've got plenty of other content coming out. Hopefully I can have like a channel update coming up soon, and I can explain some more things that are going on. And anyways, I think that's going to do it for this episode, and we will see you guys next time.